Good morning, Mon Petit, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed that morning. I'm not going to call it a time lapse, but the morning B-roll of the most beautiful walk that we went on this morning. It is currently 10:30 and we have already had just the best start to our day. I went for a walk this morning in Winchester, and I love this walk around Winchester because it's just so beautiful. It's around the kind of the bottom of St. Catherine's Hill, and it is just so picturesque. It's so tranquil, and you can walk easily just like into Winchester city centre, grab a coffee, have a little wander around, especially if you do it early morning. It is so quiet in the city centre. I do love Winchester for like shopping. I love Winchester for going for a coffee, but it can get a little bit busy. So going first thing in the morning when it's still really like sleepy. I feel like Winchester's one of those sleepy cities that doesn't really wake up until like 11 o'clock. So if you're going for a morning walk in the beautiful sunshine that has just come out to say hello, it is just the perfect start to the day. So I've just made myself another cup of coffee, decaf this time. I try not to have more than one caffeinated coffee. And we had a coffee at somewhere I've not actually sat at before or sat inside. It's called Honey Harvey. I believe it's quite new in Winchester, and they just did the most delicious coffees. They did the most delicious cakes and pastries. It really was the perfect start to the day. So nice to have gotten in my kind of morning movement, my morning exercise for a long, it was actually about 9k in the end. It was quite a long walk, but just the perfect way to start the day. But I'm home now, and I am giving myself a little bit more energy because I have been really inspired to do a big job today. I really want to get this done because I feel like with the weather kind of hotting up at the moment, I say hotting up, I am still wearing a cable knit. It's really difficult knowing what to wear at the moment. I feel like I just want to be wearing like lots of layers. I mean, this is more kind of walking attire. I was literally just wearing my little Uniqlo body warmer. I didn't have a proper coat on, and that to me is the symbol that spring is on its way. And especially with the beautiful sunshine this morning, the fact that all of like the trees are budding, you can see blossoms starting to form. It is just beautiful, and it is really giving me spring vibes. And I feel like I want my wardrobe to emulate that, because recently I've been looking at my wardrobe, and I think especially after the Hobbs haul that I did the other day, I really want to be inspired again. That haul has inspired me so much, and I want my wardrobe to inspire me. I don't want to be having to like buy new in pieces all the time to actually get that inspiration, because I have so many beautiful pieces from last spring summer that I haven't gotten out yet, like a lot of my shirts, a lot of my dresses, and I'm so excited to see what I currently have in storage. So I want to do the biggest wardrobe declutter before I do that. I feel like since moving house, it's really helped me realize what I do and don't need, because I had so many pieces in storage for such a long time that I didn't like miss. And if you don't miss pieces that have been in storage for a while, it is the time to say goodbye to them. So I want to do a huge declutter, and then it will be time to do the spring summer wardrobe switchover. And it always feels like quite a monumentous, is that the right word? Momentous? What is the word I'm thinking of? It's a big moment in my calendar, because I feel like it really does mark like the beginning of spring, and I do feel like we're getting there. I feel like the weather is finally starting to warm up. I've been watching the weather forecast over the next week, and it's like creeping up, literally creeping. So I feel like doing this switchover will really help with regards to my inspiration, but I also am hoping it's going to manifest the sunshine. I feel like we've just done that now. You can see the beautiful sunshine streaming into the kitchen behind me, but I'm going to manifest sunshine. I'm going to manifest wearing our favorite spring summer pieces, and I feel like it's just going to give me a new lease of life. So I'm going to finish my coffee, and then we can head upstairs and do the first wardrobe declutter here in the new house. So up in my dressing room now, and this room is very much still my temporary setup. I probably shouldn't call it my temporary setup, at least my kind of like for now setup, because I have a feeling we're going to be keeping the setup for a little while now. It will probably be like this throughout the majority of summer, at least definitely for spring, if not summer, because I really want to just live with the space for a while before I start putting in the fitted wardrobes, before I start designing my dream walk-in wardrobe, because I just want to make sure it is perfect. So for now, this very much works. We have a bit of a situation that kind of like is functional, is practical, and still can like house all of my clothes, which I feel like it's the most important thing. I also feel like today is the perfect day to be doing this because I'm just in like obviously my comfy walking attire, little cable knit, leggings, and I've even just got my hair chucked up in a little claw clip. It is very much a glasses kind of a day, but yeah, still very much utilizing my like temporary situation, my old wardrobes, which I feel like I'm not utilizing to the best of their ability. I currently just have quite a mixture actually in here. We've got some like shorter pieces, we've got some longer pieces. I feel like I can really use the space down here, and I'm not even utilizing this whole shelving unit up at the top. There's currently just some spare hangers up there, which I feel like I can utilize more. I'm currently housing a lot of stuff over here, which is stuff that I've like shot recently. Obviously the new Hobbs dresses that I tried on, my Gwellier pieces. I've got a couple of coats over here, which this is a coat I'm really undecided whether to keep actually, because I have not reached for it this year. It's my beautiful Karen Millen pink duster coat, and it's one of those where I feel like I keep going to say goodbye to this and then I keep stopping myself, and I don't know whether I just bite the bullet and eventually say goodbye to this one. So we've got that. There is quite a few pieces over here actually that I do want to be keeping that are maybe a little bit more wintry, but I do actually think I want to keep out for that kind of transitional period. Obviously I've got my little jackets, which I feel like work so well with dresses, but maybe they should go inside the wardrobe. This is probably one I could say goodbye to for a little while, my little Karen Millen knit. But things like cable knits I feel like are actually such great transitional pieces, especially things like cardigans, cable knit cardigans. They're just so great to chuck over the top of dresses. Cable knits can be worn, I mean, as I'm wearing now, they can be worn with layers, they can be worn over the top of dresses, you can chuck them over your shoulders. So I feel like they could probably stay, but some things like this, like I'm not really wearing these more like roll neck kind of pieces at the moment. Like this is a colour I am not ever really going to be wearing throughout spring, let's be honest. It's far too wintry for me. So there are definitely some pieces that I can say goodbye to here and just start like clearing space ready for my summer dresses. I think I'd quite like this rail to be my summer dress rail because I think it would just really inspire me every time I come into this room to see all of like the beautiful patterns, the beautiful colours, the very spring vibes. Shelf wise, I might keep as is. I don't think I'm quite ready for all of my spring summer bags. I think they probably just do their best in storage, and it's quite nice just to have these pieces on the shelves behind us. A bit messy at the moment, so I might just give that a little tidy up whilst we're here as well. But Operation Dressing Room, let's get going. Full clear out. As I said, the first clear out here in the new house. I'm actually quite excited for this. I feel like I'm going to be quite brutal and say goodbye to quite a lot of things. Goodness me, am I pooped from that. I feel like what has literally been a 5-minute time lapse for you guys has been hours. For me, I have done one of the biggest declutters I think I've ever done. I thought I was brutal before we moved house. No, I've been even more brutal now. Obviously not everything has gone like gone. A lot of it has just gone into storage, ready for next winter. A lot of my like really thick knits, things that I'm not really reaching for at the moment, like cable knits, not cable knits, like turtlenecks, and there's like really wintry pieces, winter colorways and things like that. I've kept out my beautiful lightweight Ralphie cable knits because I feel like they are just the perfect thing for the transitional weather, and I've gotten the room ready for the full wardrobe switchover. So let me show you how the room is currently looking, because I'm really happy with the progress that I have made. So as you can see, we have really cleared this rail and it is looking very spring-like. I feel like I've kind of done a bit of a ombre effect with regards to wintry pieces going into spring pieces. I still do have a few of my jumper dresses out because I do like these for like evening attire, especially in springtime, because it can get really chilly here in the UK. So I've got like my off the shoulder one, I've got my favorite Forever New one, so some jumper dresses that I can style up for like evening attire. I've got some gorgeous shirt dresses, this caramel one which I've not had a chance to wear yet, which I love, my gorgeous Claudie Pierlot one. I've also kept this cable knit cardigan. It's like a long line cable knit cardigan, and I do feel like it's perfect, especially here in the UK, as I said, when things get chilly. If you're going to a garden party, if you're going to a barbecue and you know you're going to be staying well into the evening, it's a great piece to bring along with you because you can just chuck it over the top of your beautiful floral dress and it doesn't take away from the dress, but gives you so much warmth. I definitely recommend investing in a beautiful long line cable knit. I know I probably shouldn't hang it, but it's just so long that I don't really want to fold it up. So yes, I know I am someone that commits a really bad sin of hanging up cable knits and hanging up knitwear, but nonetheless, we have then a few more shirt dresses, the gorgeous Holland Cooper one I was wearing the other day. We've got some other pieces that are like, have been in my wardrobe for such a long time. A River Island dress, got my gorgeous Goellier dresses that I cannot wait to wear, my Phase 8, and then of course my new Hobbs numbers, which are really bringing me into the spring vibe. So we have a lot of spare hangers, which I'm really hoping this is going to be enough, because you know what I'm like, I have so many dresses. I think it might be worth actually, before even putting them out, is doing a bit of a clear out of my dresses as well and just seeing if there's maybe some that aren't quite my vibe anymore. But then I think the problem is my vibe is so classic and timeless with regards to summer dresses. I think I'm going to want to keep all of them out anyway. So maybe tomorrow we could do a bit of a clear out of the dresses before I actually start putting them up. But I cannot wait to get my dresses out of storage. It's very exciting actually having a bigger house now, because we have a lot more room for storage, which is exciting and dangerous, I must say. Oh, also let me show you this wardrobe as well. So I've really brought in basically my kind of uglier pieces. So like, I really didn't like having the skirts on display because I just feel like they don't look as aesthetic. I should probably get matching hangers because it really doesn't look nice that they're like different lengths and like different heights. So maybe I need to get some new hangers for my skirts. But I've got like jumpers, I've got shirts, I've got my little jackets, and then trousers have gone up here, which if you're ever wondering what denim I'm wearing, this is literally all River Island on that side, all from my River Island denim haul, which I just love. So we've got trousers up at the top, and then we've really made the most of the storage in the wardrobe. Oh, and I've also managed to completely clear this rail that was sitting over here. I'd like to keep this rail completely empty because I think this is a really good rail to use for things like outfit shoots, outfit planning, if I'm doing like all day shoots, if I want to do a TikTok, if I want to film a haul. I think it's just quite a good one to have like there, because also it's right in the corner, you can't really see it from like any angle in this room. It's funny because this is just an angle you never really get to see in my dressing room, my little table setup, which is obviously what I see every single morning. Got all my hair care in here, jewellery, makeup, and I just get to look out over my gorgeous fitted shutters, which I absolutely adore. I'm undecided what to do about this poof as well. I don't know if that's going to stay, because I was planning on having it in the middle of the room, and actually I like having the space to move around. So yeah, so managed to clear that rail, which I'm really, really happy about, and the wardrobes are looking so much better. I feel like this room is now looking very much ready to bring in the spring outfits and like the spring switchover. I feel like I look like an absolute mess today, but this is the epitome of Winchester walks and wardrobe switchovers. I'm still also undecided whether I like the whole t-shirt underneath the cable knit trend. Let me know what you think of it. I feel like this is looking very bulky. Maybe I need like a smaller, tighter fitted t-shirt, because this one's like a little bit loose on me. I'm looking in the mirror like, wow, I feel like there's just a lot of material here. But anyway, I'm really happy with how the room's looking. It is the next day now, and I feel like my energy has come back to me. And now, I'm not gonna lie to you, after a couple of hours, it was probably a mixture of a very long walk and then obviously quite an active afternoon organising and clearing out my wardrobe. I was zapped. I literally went to bed last night at 9 o'clock. And fell straight asleep. I think I was snoring my head off by the time Alex came up to bed, but it is the next day now, and I feel like my energy has resurfaced. I've had my morning coffee. I'm wearing a beautiful spring knit, the beautiful Goellier cashmere wool blend number. Absolutely love this. And actually, Alex did comment this morning. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm wearing such a light colour. Don't know if it's the fact that I spent all day out in the sunshine yesterday, or I'm starting to use my Tan Luxe Gradual Tanner again. But even Alex this morning was like, you look like you've got a bit of colour in your face. I was like, thanks. I am very excited to start bringing in those spring vibes. And I would say, if you are doing your own wardrobe switchover, if you can, dedicate 2 days to it, a whole weekend, I think is the best way to do it, because I just feel like, is that rain? Oh my gosh, I think it's just started raining literally as I've been talking to you, but it wasn't due to rain today. Honestly, the weather we're getting at the moment, April showers through and through. But yes, if you can, and actually the irony is that I do feel like on a rainy weekend is the best time to do it, which is ironic because obviously on a rainy weekend you don't want to be looking at spring summer pieces, but if we have a rainy weekend coming up, I would recommend just dedicating the whole weekend to doing it, because spreading yourself thin and doing it like on one day and like really hashing it out, I just don't think is as much fun. Get some music playing, listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video. In fact, I feel like these kinds of YouTube videos are the perfect thing to put on in the background as you're doing your own wardrobe clear out, because you can just listen to me rabbiting away whilst you're like doing your clear out, sorting through your clothes, and just doing it in a little bit more of a slower pace, I think is the best way forward. So I'm really excited to get back into it today. And I'm really excited that yesterday was the clear out day and today is like the clear back day. Today is the bringing it back out, bringing my dresses out of storage, seeing what I want to keep. I will be doing a bit of a clear out of those as well. I think it's really good just to like take stock of what you've got, see what is still your vibe, see what you still kind of like, what's the word? Like gravitate towards, and what still really reflects your true personal style and what you're excited to wear again this year. So I'm gonna go get my box of dresses. I've got a couple of boxes, I think. Might need to get them out of storage. It's the most difficult thing when you move house. Doing a clear out in a new house is really hard because there's still things that I'm finding that I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was there. Where have we put this box? Where have these gone to? What storage place can I find these in? So let's go and find my dresses and then we can bring them back out of storage, ready for spring, summer styling. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, so we found the boxes of dresses and I'm not gonna lie, I am already getting so excited to pull these out. There's so many dresses I'm looking at that thinking, oh my God, I loved that last year. I'm so gonna get my wear out of that again this year. Who recognizes this dress? I feel like this dress holds a really special place in my heart because, hang on, comment down below. If you recognize where this dress is from and what photo, what very important photo I took this dress in, comment down below. You done it? It's our engagement announcement. This was the dress that I wore when we announced our engagement, and it honestly just feels so special because it's very much like floral and bridal without being like too much. The most beautiful forever new number that I cannot wait to pull out, and I love this one because it's like a maxi. It's actually quite a thick dress. It's quite heavy, which means it's a really good one for spring because obviously it'll still keep you nice and warm. It's very much too heavy for summer, but it's so perfect when you want to incorporate those spring vibes into your wardrobe with your like color palette, with your kind of like tonal vibes, and obviously with the pattern. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to bring that back out. Honestly, the more I'm pulling out, the more I'm thinking we need to do a forever new dress haul, because I think there's at least half a dozen in here of beautiful forever new dresses which I just adored last year and I can't wait to wear again this year. I feel like Forever New, I need to do a little bit of shopping on there because they have so many gorgeous pieces. I always live in Forever New throughout spring and summer. They're beautiful florals. I love the designs that they do. I love how like thick their dresses are as well actually, because I feel like it just makes them so much better for like spring. This one's much more of a summery one. It's like a linen number, so it's a little bit more lightweight. Probably wouldn't quite wear that now, but it's nice to get it out of storage and it's nice just to have. But this is another beautiful one that I wore in Italy that I absolutely loved when I went on the bridal retreat. It's just so full and so beautiful, and the kind of dress that I feel like I just did not get enough wear out of last year. Like I wore them loads, but I feel like I can still wear them so much throughout this year. I mean, look at the tones, look at the colors, and because they're so thick, they're so perfect for now when the weather is still heating up a little bit and we're not quite in like summer temperatures here in the UK. I'm definitely going to need to steam some of these from bringing them out of storage, but who remembers this gorgeous little white company number with the beautiful little ditzy florals, which is very creased up. I might have to put that on a separate rail. In fact, that actually might be what that rail is good for, the ones that maybe need a bit of a steam, a bit of an iron, and just a little bit of maintenance before we start wearing them this season. I said it in my Hobbs haul, but polka dots for spring are just iconic. Oh, looks like the sun is coming out in perfect timing as we are doing the wardrobe switchover. It makes me very inspired to get these pieces out and start wearing them again. lot of these dresses are definitely going to need a bit of a steam and a bit of an iron, but it's looking really, really good. We still have a little bit of space. I haven't fully gotten everything out now, but already I'm seeing so many pieces that I just love from last year. I mean, this definitely needs a steam. Another Forever New number, which I actually have in white, and I also have in black because I just love the dress so much. It's a gorgeous little like halter neck number. I've got a gorgeous little phase 8 one here, which I absolutely adore. I feel like blue for spring I do absolutely love, so this one might be a nice one to wear at some point soon. And this, another Forever New number, I love this. It's got the most beautiful like elasticated waistband. So many gorgeous dresses that I just forgot how much I absolutely adore them, but I am struggling with a couple. I am trying to be really, really savage with regards to what I keep and what I don't bring out of storage. I've got one that I'm really struggling with. It's this gorgeous little Karen Millen number, and I loved this. It was I believe it was a collaboration Lydia Millen did with them. I loved it, but the buttons kept popping open. Which literally, actually, it was what I was talking about in the Hobbs haul the other day, how handy it is that it had that popper so the buttons wouldn't pop open. The buttons on this dress kept popping open around my waist and also around my chest, which obviously is not ideal. You don't really want buttons popping open, so I might say goodbye to this one. I'm also debating whether to keep this. Is a beautiful one from Reformation, and I do love Reformation dresses, but I just didn't reach for it as much. I definitely think I'm not the kind of person that loves having like a load amount of skin on display, but I'm also thinking, am I just saying that because it's cold and it's still not fully summer? So do I keep this for summer, see how much I wear it, and then say goodbye? I'm undecided. Let me know, do I keep or say goodbye to that one? And then another one, it does seem to be a bit of a theme, another one that I'm undecided whether to keep is a gorgeous Forever New one, but again, it's like a strappy, and I definitely find myself reaching a lot more for the Forever News that are full sleeves or like even like a little puffy sleeve. I feel like I don't reach for the strap as much, but I do love the print on this. It's like beautiful and floral and bright and vibrant, so another one I'm undecided about, but I'm really trying to make sure that this is just the biggest clear out of dresses that I do, especially because I need to be a lot more strict with the space that I've got, because I've kind of just got this rail at the moment with regards to my dresses, and as I said, I was worried we didn't have enough space, and as this is being filled, I'm even more worried because I'm not even bringing out my like height of summer pieces, my, you know, tiny little linen shorts and things like that, the things that I definitely won't reach for until literally probably June, July here in the UK. But at least for now, we've got a lot more dresses out, and I'm so excited to get wearing them. I need to give them a bit of maintenance. I always would say that when you bring things out of storage, it's a great idea just to like steam them, give them a new lease of life. It's actually quite nice just to hang them for a little bit, let them like get a bit of air, and then give them a steam and make sure that they are just like well pressed and like ready to be worn, because there's nothing worse than wearing like crinkly dresses that smell like storage and aren't like well maintained. Make sure to maintain your clothes before you actually start wearing them, which is why now is a great time to do this, because you want to obviously give them a little bit of time to breathe. You want to give yourself a little bit of time to do the maintenance before you actually start wearing these pieces when the weather does warm up a bit. This really is giving me a whole new lease of life with regards to my summer clothing though. Who remembers this gorgeous Forever New number? I've also got it in white. My Chloe dress, this was my birthday dress for the year just gone. And who remembers this H&M number? I wore this so much last year. It does actually come with a belt, which I will need to find, but I often liked wearing it just as a tunic, wearing it completely loose. It's one of those dresses that is just the epitome of like modest fashion, which I do love in summer. I love long sleeves, I love high necklines and just like lovely floaty fabrics. Another Forever New number. Honestly, the collection is growing. In fact, I think there's more than half a dozen there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we've got maybe, I might even have a couple more in storage. I think we might even have a dozen Forever New dresses. I have a problem. But we've got the gorgeous Hobbs numbers here. We've got the phase 8, and then obviously all of the pieces that have come out from storage, which is just exciting me so much. I'm ready for the weather to get a little bit warmer. I'm ready to start wearing colour. Again, you can tell what has been my winter wardrobe versus what is my summer wardrobe. I feel like spring summer Ellie is defrosting and she is ready to start styling up all the beautiful spring dresses. I'm not gonna lie, even just sitting with this setup is making me so happy. I'm loving seeing all of the colour behind me. I feel like I've forgotten what colour it is. You know I love black, but especially as we're heading into spring, summer, I just want to bring in those lighter, brighter tones, the pinks, the blues, the oranges. I am absolutely loving it. I'm also just getting so excited to bring out all of my like spring, summer accessories, which by the way, this is what I mean when I say you are the best whenever it comes to advice. So do let me know, the Caramillan dress, the Reformation dress, do I keep, I was gonna say return, it's not actually return, do I keep, do I donate, do I keep them in my collection, or do I basically say goodbye to them because I'm so undecided? But honestly, I always listen to your advice with regard to the chairs in the kitchen, with regards to my little Rubber Island bucket hat. I was so unsure about this, and it was a resounding yes to keep this, and I'm so glad you guys said it too, because actually I just think it's really fun, and it's not like any of my other hats that I've got in my collection. You know I love a hat in summertime. I love a straw hat, I love a kind of fedora, what's the word for, there's like straw fedora, a Panama. I absolutely adore them, and I don't have anything like this. Particularly last year when I really started getting into gardening, I loved visors, and I do feel like this is almost going to be a new kind of gardening hat for me. Maybe like a picnic out in the summertime, like going out for a day trip kind of hat. I just think it's really fun, and I do absolutely love it. So I'm so glad you guys told me to keep it, because it was a resounding yes, and I will listen to you. I'm not going to put it on right now with my hair up in a bun, but I actually love it. I'll leave the video where I tried it on linked down below, because I think it is really cute, and I'm so excited to wear it for summer. And it's just making me so excited to bring out like my summer footwear. I don't know if it's quite the right time to bring out my summer footwear yet, just because obviously it's not bare, I was about to say bare toes, that sounds like really weird. It's not open sandal weather, not open toe weather. It's very much like ballet flat weather, but I'm kind of flitting between like ballet flats, boots and trainers. It's such a tricky time of year, because I feel like this is the time of year where you basically still need a lot of your winter stuff, but you want a few of your spring bits, but you're not quite ready for summer. Like, it's not quite time to wear this bucket hat, but I think in literally a few weeks time it will be. So that's the things we have to start thinking about. Like, even with my bags, I'm going through my summer bags, and I must admit, when it comes to summer handbags, I think I have probably the most capsule collection of handbags, because there is literally 5 handbags here that I will reach for time and time again, that I wear all throughout spring, summer, that I feel like just epitomize my like bag collection in summer. They're all that I need, and these are the ones I would recommend investing in, actually, because a few of these I invested in this time last year. It was actually February I bought my first summer handbag. February, March, April time is the time when a lot of brands are releasing new like basket bags, new summer handbags. I've actually just seen that Prada have released a new version of their iconic like square boxy basket bag. And what I would say, if you are looking to get a basket bag, there are so many different brands that do so many different types. Just think about what your needs are. Like, particularly Loewe is a brand that I feel like have just monopolized the summer handbag market. And I wouldn't say it's a good thing, and I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It's just kind of a thing. I'd say it's a good thing in the sense of like, they have some really gorgeous handbags that are absolutely timeless, are absolutely classic. They're not going to date in your wardrobe, but obviously it's a bad thing because you just kind of see them everywhere. So I would say Loewe is a great one to invest in if it doesn't bother you that a lot of people have that bag. It doesn't bother me at all that so many people have this basket bag, because it is iconic, and I'm so glad I invested in this. I actually got it in winter. I got it, I think it was like January, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've not looked back since. I absolutely adore it, and it was a big investment, especially at the time. I do remember it was a huge investment for me, but I'm so glad that I made it, because I feel like the high street versions just do not compare. And that is someone who used to constantly buy the high street versions. Like, I constantly would say it's not worth it, like they're made of the same thing. They're not. There is definitely a difference in quality with regards to like how they're made, because obviously they are woven and it is a natural material. And I just personally found with the high street versions that I kept going for, they just kept breaking, they kept fraying, they kept ripping, and it ended up being every single summer I'd purchase a new one. And it got to a point where I thought, number one, this is not sustainable, number two, this is gonna end up being more expensive, so I may as well invest in the much more luxurious version. So I'm so glad that I did. So I obviously have the tan version, which I really love. They do loads of different versions of this. They've got the white, they'll sometimes each year as well bring out like colors, like fun colors, like neons or things like that. And then of course they've got the more like boxy ones. I would say if I was to have restarted my bag collection, I might have gone for a boxy one, purely for the reason of I feel like it's easier to slip your hand into this one, and the boxy ones are a little bit more secure. So it's just dependent on like what you want, what you're looking for in a summer handbag. In terms of like something that's just so easy to sling on your shoulder, it carries everything that you need. I absolutely love this. I would always recommend just keeping a dust bag inside to basically keep all of your belongings inside of the handbag, so you can kind of like close it up a little bit more. But I do absolutely love my Loewe. This is in the smallest size, and I would say it's just the perfect size for me. I think it's just so cutesy. It goes so well, particularly with all of my spring summer dresses. I love it with just like a little white dress, a pair of sandals. It is my go-to in summer, and I do feel like it's maybe about the right time to start bringing it out, because I do feel like these bags go really nicely with like denim, white shirts, even with this little white jumper. I think that's quite a cute look, so it might be time to bring this out. So the Loewe, I can't recommend enough. Absolutely love her. The next one that I would recommend, I actually invested in this one in February of last year, and I wore her all throughout summer. In fact, when I did my handbag collection video back in January of this year, I had to double check that I had bought her in 2023. I almost didn't believe that I had, because she feels like she's so ingrained in my collection now that I couldn't believe that I didn't own her for like years. I honestly feel like I've had her for years in the best way possible. She has just become integral in my handbag collection. I'm not joking. In summer, she is such a beautiful handbag. The size of her is perfect. Alex actually calls this my wine cooler bag because he thinks it looks like a wine bucket, but that doesn't bother me. I think she's the cutest thing ever. I love the fact that she's in this kind of like bucket shape. She's so different to anything else that I have. She's got the top handle and then also a longer handle, which isn't quite crossbody. You can just wear it like over your shoulder and it just makes it a bit more casual. It does have a drawstring that you can pull tight, but to be perfectly honest, I kind of just usually have it open. But this fits in so much more than you would ever expect. I remember I went on holiday with this and I managed to fit in a water bottle, my camera, my phone, my keys, my wallet, some lip gloss, and like extra makeup. I honestly fitted so much in her, and particularly styled with my Chloe Woody slides. She's just the cutest thing ever. The cutest thing ever. This is making me so excited to get all of my summer shoes out as well. Yeah, it's definitely not the right time. It's not Chloe slide weather just yet, but in a couple of months it will be, and I cannot wait for that. So I do absolutely love the Chloe, I think this is the Chloe Woody basket bag. I'll leave these linked down below if you do want to invest in some new handbags for summer and add some new pieces into your collection. Although I'm not sure I'm going to be able to link this one actually. This is a Hung Cooper number, which I'm gonna have to see if they do this in this version now, because I know that they do an all leather version. I think they do an all leather black. I think they do a croc effect. I think they potentially do tan, but for me this raffia is the most beautiful evening handbag. This bag filled a gap that I didn't even know I needed to fill. Because in summer, you still want to look lovely. In the evening, you still want to have something that's a little bit more formal, a little bit more structured, but I still wanted to bring in those like beautiful, natural, like summery tones. And obviously the raffia, the straw is so summery. I just absolutely adore it. It's got the most beautiful top handle, which I love, and I just love the structure of it. It does actually have a crossbody chain inside, which is super handy. But whenever I'm out for like a meal in the evening, if ever I'm going to like meet friends, go for drinks, oh my God, summer pub gardens. I cannot wait for summer pub gardens coming up this year at the New Forest. There's so many pub gardens. Like honestly, it's just the place to be in summer in the evening when the sun is setting and you just want to look elevated, but you're glowing from the rays of the day. You can tell I'm a summer baby at heart. I was born in June and I feel like I've just come into my own at this time of year. So this is the perfect bag, I would say, for your summer evening bags. And I would actually say you only need this one because the black is obviously very evening appropriate, and the fact that it's got the gold hardware kind of just goes with everything. I wear gold and silver with this and I just think they both work so well. This one would be one that I'd recommend investing in for a little bit of fun because it's not really the most practical handbag. This is the Longchamp La Pliage in the net, and Alex actually got me this as a birthday present 2-3 years ago maybe. It was when it first was released and I remember it sold out everywhere, and I literally pointed to it and I was like, oh my God, I really want that bag, and he managed to source it for me and I absolutely love her. She's a perfect holiday handbag, I would say, because she is so lightweight that you don't need to worry about like your allowance with regards to your bags, and whenever you're going on holiday, like your travel bags, your suitcase, you don't need to think about that. And she does fit so much, and she's a great beach bag. She's a great chuck everything in bag. Again, I would recommend using either a dust bag inside or a silk scarf. Works really well just to make sure that things don't actually fall through the neck, because it's very much a net. I do kind of wish they'd done a lining in this, but I can also understand why they didn't because they have so many different colorways in this now. But of course I had to get the classic, just kind of like white linen-y color, and then the tan. I love her so much. And actually, as designer bags go, she's fairly affordable, but I would just say a little bit of fun. This is a great one to invest in if you just want to have a fun summer handbag. Not gonna lie, I was expecting just to sit here and like chat a little bit about my bags, and I've been rabbiting on for like 10 minutes showing you my full summer handbag collection, but this is the other one that I would recommend investing in. This is the most beautiful YSL basket bag that I bought potentially June, July of last year. I actually bought her quite late, but I still got so much wear out of it. No, I bought her fairly early because I went to Rhodes in May. It must have been just before I went to Rhodes that I picked her up. And what I love about her, which is what I was saying about the Loewe bags, nobody I know has this bag. I found this bag online and I had never seen it before, and that's what made me fall in love with it, because all of the Loewe bags you see time and time again, even the new Prada bag, I've seen so much online. There's quite a few that I feel like are very iconic, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. This bag, however, I'd never seen before. Nobody I know owns it, and I just fell in love with it, and I loved the fact that it came in black. She does also come in a natural raffia version, so I will leave both down below if you do want to shop them, but for me, I wanted to get the black because I actually anticipated on this being my evening handbag. I'm pretty sure I must have got this before the Holland Cooper one, if I remember correctly. Sometimes I'm really bad at like time scales and like remembering when I got things, and you guys remember better than I do, because the amount of times I've said things and you've like corrected me in the comments. My favorite is when I said I never owned a pair of Jimmy Choos, and literally about 5 of you were like, Ellie, your Jimmy Choo boots? And I was like, of course I have Jimmy Choo boots. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I must have got this one before the Holland Cooper one, because I was anticipating on this being my evening handbag, and actually it's not been an evening bag at all. Like, you can kind of see from the shape, it's not really an evening bag. It's very much like a sling it over your shoulders day bag, but in a little bit more of like an elevated way. I love the fact that it's all black. I just think it's so beautiful, and to me the size is perfect. As a smaller girl, I can so easily get overwhelmed in my handbags. I really struggle with bigger bags, particularly in the summer when you've not got a lot on, you know, when you've just got a little summer dress, and I find those like really big basket bags that come out like really wide this way, they just overwhelm me. They don't look cute. It looks like I've packed the world in my handbag. It looks like I'm going down to the beach, even if I'm not. Like, it's not a cute like day look for me. It's not a stylized look for me. I do actually have a really big basket bag from the Straw Basket Company, but I only ever use that for like storage. I use that to chuck towels in. I use that to chuck like things in it. This to me is very much like a stylized bag. This is very much like a day bag that I can go out on the town, but still keeps so much in. And I think it's because of that shape. It's obviously long, but it's not wide, which is what I really like. Again, it's a bit more of like a bucket bag style, which clearly I have a bit of a theme with regards to my summer handbags, but I love her. She goes with absolutely everything. And as I said, you know, I do love black. Like, even in summer, even though I love a lot of colour, I feel like black accessories are just always so timeless and classic, and I am that person. I always have to match my shoes to my bag. I just can't not. It upsets me. If I'm wearing tan shoes, I can't wear a black bag. So I love being able to wear like my black slides, my black ballet flats, my black espadrilles, and style them up with this handbag. It just goes so well. And then it means that no matter what colour I'm wearing, it goes really beautifully with this. So I would say, especially when it comes to your accessories for summer, have fun with colour in your clothes, but accessories, keep it neutral, keep it simple, keep it to pieces that you know you're going to get loads of wear out of. So I'm so excited to bring those bags back out of rotation. Let me know if you think I should put them on the shelves. I'm undecided. I think I might just leave the shelves as is and just keep these so that I can actually like style them and wear them rather than using them as more like decor, but then it just means I can style them a bit better. But let me know what you think I should do. But my favorite bags for summer, I cannot wait to start bringing them out. And as I said, this is just making me so excited for all of the things that are going to be happening this summer, especially being here in the New Forest, being in like a new area in the New Forest as well. I feel like I'm just gonna come alive. I'm going to be able to show you so much more around the New Forest, what we're doing, where we're going, what we're seeing. So I hope you're excited for all of that. But this is making me so excited. I'm so glad I'm doing this switchover today. It has literally given me a new lease of life. I've been putting it off for ages and I wish I hadn't. So this is your sign. If you've been putting off your wardrobe switchover, do it now, because you will be so grateful for it. I'm not going to lie to you, I thought that I'd done the harshest clear out of my life back in January. Do you remember the wardrobe declutter we did then? I got rid of so many pieces, but actually, I don't know if it's the new house, the new layout, the new dressing room. This has been even harsher of a clear out. I got rid of so many winter pieces. Obviously, a lot have gone into storage, but some of them I'm like, I didn't even get enough wear out of them this winter. I'm going to say goodbye to you. And there have been so many pieces from my summer storage that haven't come back out, that I am going to be saying goodbye to. You'd be surprised at how many dresses that have not gone onto that rail. You'll be so proud of me. A few I'm umming and ahhing about, but a few that I'm like, you know what, it's a beautiful dress that I just did not get the wear out of. I do find for me, especially in summer, comfort is everything. Even some of my most beautiful dresses, if they're not comfortable, I will not reach for them, because in summer you're hot, you're sweaty, like you don't want to be wearing something uncomfortable that maybe like digs in or kind of like is a bit too tight here and there. So a lot of them, as much as I love, and I also feel like because of the job that I do, I have a bit more of like a higher turnover than most people, but the biggest clear out I think I've ever done, and I'm really happy with how it's looking. It's making me so happy coming into that room and just seeing all of the colour and all of the vibrancy. I have put quite a few on the other rail that I need to steam this evening though, but what better way to spend an evening after a day's decluttering and a full wardrobe switchover than having a bit of a pamper. I've actually just been sent a new product from my faves at Strand. I do absolutely adore Strand. In fact, actually, the shampoos are here. So these are the current products that I'm using on my hair every day. And if you are a dry scalp girl like me, you need to discover Strand because they are prebiotic or probiotic. I never know the difference. Prebiotic shampoo and conditioner, and when I tell you, they made such a huge difference with my scalp. I used to have to weekly oil my scalp because it just got so dry, it got so flaky, and it was really, really painful. And I'm actually not oiling my scalp nearly as much as I have to with using these products, which I just think is an absolute game changer. It just means that like when I do want to have a bit of a pamper, it's more of like an enjoyment rather than like out of necessity. So I absolutely adore these. I've got the shampoo and conditioner there, and I'm really excited to see what they have sent over because, as I said, I absolutely adore their products, and I feel like it might be just the right time for a bit of a pamper. The halo effect. Noun, a radiant, healthy glow encircling the crown, a result of nurturing and hydrating the scalp-skin barrier. I'm a bit confused. What does that mean? Am I having a dyslexic moment? Is that talking about like the halo around your head? The Halo Hydrator, I think it is. Calming Hydration Scalp Mask. This sounds right up my street. It even comes with a little spatula so you can put it on, because I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the things I actually find the hardest whenever it comes to putting bits on my head, is I feel like I can't really get in with my hand. Meet the Halo Hydrator, a cooling pre-wash treatment to help calm, I like pointing to you with this, a cooling pre-wash treatment to help calm SOSs and deliver a surge of moisture to leave locks soft, shiny, and seriously manageable. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually really an unfun fact. I love that. The scalp, unfortunately, boasts a weaker barrier function compared to the skin on your face. Neglecting its care leads to concerns such as dandruff, persistent itching, and even sluggish hair growth. The solution is within reach, introducing our Halo Hydrator, a powerhouse enriched with cutting-edge, science-driven, moisture-restoring active ingredients. Inspired by the principles of skincare, it's the key to unlocking better hair days for your scalp. This sounds amazing. I will leave this linked down below for you guys because I think I'm going to use this tonight. It is hair wash night tonight, and I want to give my scalp a really, really good hydration, and this sounds lovely. I'm really excited about this. I feel like you're going to be able to really get in like deep with regards to your roots, and then it means it's less of it's actually going to go on your hair and more of it's actually going to go on your scalp. Oh, this smells very tea tree, but like in a nice way. It smells like the kind of tea tree that you get in a spa. That looks absolutely amazing. Well, I now know what I'm going to be spending my evening doing. I'm going to scalp. I'm going to use the scalp mask. I'm going to mask my scalp. That's what I wanted to say. I'm going to mask my scalp. Whilst that's setting in, I'm going to steam the dresses, and then I'm going to have a good old hair wash. How long do I need to leave this in for? Leave it on for 10 to 30 minutes, or sleep in it overnight for an added moisture hit. Ooh. I think I'll leave on for as long as it takes for me to steam the dresses, and then I'll wash my hair with my favourite shampoo and conditioner, and that sounds like the perfect evening to me. So I think I'm going to leave this vlog here because it has been a hell of a ride, to tell you the truth. 2 days worth of clear outs, switchovers, and decluttering, but I feel like we're finally there. We're finally ready for spring styling. I hope you are as ready for spring as I am. If you are, comment down below spring with your favorite spring emoji, whether it's a tulip, a little daffodil, a little sunflower. Comment down below spring with your favorite emoji, because I'd love to know who got to the end of this video. I always love knowing who makes it to the end, because you guys are absolute troopers and you're literally my favorite people in the world. So I'm gonna go and have a lovely relaxing evening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.